Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rama, and in today's video, we will be breaking into the 5 best vehicles and aircraft to help you save time, make more money with grinding, and overall have a much easier experience. These are mainly going to help solo players because, let's be honest, the majority of us playing GTA are solo nowadays. So we are going to break into the number 5 vehicle, which is what I'm driving. I talk about the Armored Kuma a lot, but there's a very simple reason why. That is because, the Armored Kuma is bulletproof, and it has been the only fully bulletproof vehicle for years in Grand Theft Auto Online. I can simply park my Armored Kuma right in front of all of these weaponized people, and they're not going to do anything to me. Yes, there are slight spots here and there where you might take a teeny bit of damage in the Kuma, but all you need to do is top up on snacks, eat one every couple seconds or so, and you'll be fine. As we can see, I still have not taken even a single bit of damage. And then all you need to do is pull out some sort of automatic weapon, and then just headshot these guys. It literally takes just a couple seconds, and it shows just how effective the Armored Kuma is. Any mission, whether it's new or old, is easily beaten with the Armored Kuma. Now we're just going to grab the military gear in front of me and hop back in my car. So that was the only time we took damage, is when we stepped outside of our car. Then we're just going to drive inside of the hangar. Once again, we're just going to kill the guys in the hangar very, very quickly. Just like so. That took, what, 5 seconds? We're going to run over to the other military gear here. And boom. This is literally the newest set of missions added into the game. Whether you're doing Dax's missions, whether you're doing missions for Vincent, or some of the older heist setups, whether you're doing literally anything that involves guards shooting at you, the Armored Kuma is the way to go, and it always will be. Do not underrate this vehicle. It is absolutely fantastic. And while it may not be the fastest, speed is not always key, and sometimes it's just good to go back to basics. So that is why we do have this in the number 5 position. In the number 4 position, we arrive at one of the most underrated vehicles in the game, which is the Mammoth Avenger. This aircraft is incredibly dangerous for a lot of reasons, and it is also a very effective money grinding tool. Why? Well, first of all, it's pretty fast, and it has a VTOL mode. We can see currently the Avenger is with its propellers upward, and that means we can take it right off the ground pretty dang fast as well. This makes the Avenger very easy to use wherever you are. Yes, it's a pretty big aircraft, but as I said, with VTOL mode, it's very easy to control it and choose where you want to land. And once you take it out of VTOL mode and you put it in the airplane mode, it's very quick, going over 150 miles per hour, making it faster than things like the Oppressor Mark II, faster than the Sparrow because of the way it flies. This is a very quick mode of transportation. In the later updates of Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar has given this aircraft the ability to have homing missiles. And this is what instantly elevated the Avenger to S tier for me. Because the Avenger is able to survive upwards of 30 homing missiles. Yeah, you heard that right. 30 homing missiles. Basically, you're not going to get blown up while using the Avenger. And this is great because you have homing missiles to defend yourself if anybody ever tries to mess with you. And you have so much protection that it's almost impossible to die. But the Avenger gets better with its overall capabilities and why it's so nice. You see, if you go over to service vehicles while you're in the air, and you scroll to Avenger, you can engage autopilot. And engaging autopilot will allow you to enter the Avenger's hold. And doing this gives you a bunch of other abilities, which are also very, very cool. First of all, you have a customization workshop in the back, which means that, let's say you have a car you want to upgrade or something like that, well, you can upgrade it right in the back of the Avenger, or you can just transport it really fast across the map. You also have, in my opinion, the most dangerous weaponry in the game, which is the explosive machine gun style cannons that the Avenger features. These weapons are devastating. You can look at the ground and, look at what these things do. They basically just blow up whatever you're aiming at, and they are so easy to aim. If there is somebody on the ground that is trying to mess with you, these weapons are devastating. And if you ever do have a friend hop on, yeah, the Avenger is easily one of the most dangerous weapons and things to use in the game. What I like to do is if I ever have somebody mess with me, is I'll just pull out my Avenger, I'll go off the radar, and then I'll just stay right above them, and I'll just nuke them over and over and over. They can try to blow you up, they can get out in a presser, but usually you can kill them before they can even get it off the ground. Because of that, the Avenger, it's a little bit of a mean vehicle. And then the final thing is that you have a thruster inside of your Avenger that you can call out whenever you want. Whether you're on the ground, you just need to go to service vehicles, go over to your Avenger, and you can call it in right there, request Avenger thruster, or while you're inside of your Avenger, you can just call it out. And this is just a little really nice mode of transportation. So if you're ever stuck somewhere and you want to go somewhere else, you can just call this little thing out, fly wherever you need to go. And if you ever have your Avenger on autopilot and you can't get to it, well, this little thruster makes it possible to do so. You just fly it right over to the back hold of your Avenger, as you're going to see I'm going to do in just a moment, and we're able to get right in the back of it. One other thing that I forgot to mention about the Avenger is that it does have bombs, which is really, really cool, and it allows the Avenger to obviously be quite capable in that regard as well. It is a little finicky to get into the back. Usually have to get, like, right close to it. There you go. We got in. Yeah, it's a little weird. I wish they made the hitbox a bit bigger, but it is still nice that you can actually get back inside of your Avenger after getting out. Either way, the Mammoth Avenger is a super dangerous aircraft, and with its speed, overall precision, weaponry, and capabilities, it is easily one of the best solo tools that you can use in the game. Just a moment ago, we completed this exact mission with the Armored Kuma. It took us probably around 3 to 4 minutes, and you saw why the Armored Kuma is such a good vehicle to use for missions. Well, the Vigilante, in my opinion, is a much better mission vehicle, and it is mainly down to the fact that it features homing missiles. This is the only vehicle that you can use in missions that features homing missiles. And when I mean missions, I mean heist setups, missions like the Cluck and Bell farm raid, anything that you normally can't use special weaponized vehicles in, that is where the Vigilante is amazing. And these missiles are very dangerous, as we can see. All I'm going to do is I'm going to stay back at a little bit of a distance here, and I'm going to shoot these homing missiles at the perpetrators. And as you're going to see, these missiles are, well, they're pretty dang dangerous. I mean, you don't really need to do much, and they just kill everything around you. And because of this, I always find the Vigilante to be a little bit stupid. So there you go. He's dead, and oh, he's dead. Oh, we got somebody over here. You're dead. Oh, we got somebody inside the hangar. You're dead. I mean, the missiles in the Vigilante are just absolutely stupid. And really all you need to do is stay a little bit of a distance away, and everybody dies. Looks like we got one guy left inside of the hangar, and oh wait, we got 2 guys left in the hangar. There you go. There's 1 person left somewhere in front of us, but it doesn't really matter. Everything's dead. I didn't even really do anything. I just pressed the missile button a couple times. Everybody died around me, and now we're going to make our way over to the weapons and grab them. So yeah, I would say that easily the Vigilante is one of the best mission vehicles in the game. And it's not just the fact that it has missiles, it's also the fact that the Vigilante is frickin' fast. It features a rocket boost, and it's also the only rocket boosting vehicle you can use in missions. So as you can see, we're going 0 right now, and I just drive around these vehicles, and yeet, so there you go, all the way up to full speed. So not only can the Vigilante fly, or not, I mean, technically it can fly, but it can drive at over 150 miles per hour, but the fact that it just has the rocket boost makes it so fun to use in missions and an absolute blast. So yeah, personally, I would say the Vigilante is easily the best mission vehicle in the game. It will save you time when grinding. It's just such a good choice, so I would highly recommend to get your hands on the Vigilante. It's expensive, but it is most definitely worth it. In the number 2 position, we arrive to a fan favorite jet, this being the F-160 Raiju. First of all, the Raiju just looks amazing. I mean, who cannot like the design of this aircraft? But even better than that is its dangerous capabilities. First of all, it is fast. Flying in at over 230 miles per hour makes it the fastest flying thing in the entire game and the easiest mode of transportation. You can get from one side of the map to the other in around 2.5 to 3 minutes, which is absolutely insane when you think about it, and it really does make this jet so useful when you are completing missions. Not only that, but as you'll notice, it features an explosive machine gun, and we just blew up a car with it. Yeah, the explosive machine gun is pretty dangerous. It's not as good as the OG lasers before the nerf, but judging that the Savage is the only flying thing with the original explosive machine gun, it makes this still an S-tier weapon. It is great for dogfighting. It rips off wings and parts that you need to fly your planes and jets very quickly. And let's say you don't want to use the explosive machine gun, well, that's fine, because you also have homing missiles, which will obviously get the job done. The best thing about the Raiju is the fact that it can also go into a hover mode, meaning that, well, using the explosive machine gun is incredibly easy. You can see we just blew up that car, and let's maybe get this one here. It's a little tricky, but yeah, once you get it down, it's pretty dang easy. I mean, it's just so nice to control this. It's definitely easier to control the Raiju than the Hydra in hover mode, and because that, very, very effective. Hover mode also makes it super useful for completing any sort of mission in a public session, because you can land the Raiju very fast and just blow everything up. So that is some really, really nice capabilities the Raiju has going for it. It can survive upwards of 3 explosions, and you'll notice these bomb bay doors will close, putting us into stealth mode. When going into stealth mode, nobody can see me on the map. I actually have 2 different Raijus. I have one that is black that I call out during the night, so that when I'm in stealth mode in a public session, nobody can see me flying. And I also have one that is in light blue, and it matches the color of the sky. So when it's daytime out, I call out my light blue Raiju, and nobody can see me while I'm flying during the daytime. It solves everything and every problem I have. Yeah, it's a little overkill, but trust me, the Raiju is incredibly useful. If you want to make it from point A to point B, blow everything up in the process, this is the way to go. It's expensive, but it is definitely worth the investment. That's the Raiju. Make your bet. What do you think is going to be the #1 vehicle for grinding in Grand Theft Auto Online? It's quite a simple one, and I feel like a lot of you already know what it is going to be. Right around this corner, we have it being the Oppressor Mark II. The Oppressor Mark II is just incredible, and as much as I hate going up against these things, I cannot deny its usefulness. First of all, it features a rocket boost. And this rocket boost is a lot more effective than you'd think. You'd be like, well, you only get it once, and then once you're flying at speed, you can't use it again. But the reason that rocket boost is so nice is, let's say that there's somebody trying to blow you up, or there's NPCs shooting at you. Normally, if you're getting in a plane or some sort of flying vehicle, you have to wait for it to start up and then get off the ground. It takes a while. But in the Oppressor, you just zoop right off into the air at 150 miles per hour, making it very easy to dodge homing missiles and making this a super efficient getaway vehicle. Not only that, but the Oppressor features crazy good maneuverability. You can turn this thing on a dime, you can fly it like an absolute beast. An experienced Oppressor 2 pilot is almost impossible to take out, and that's because, I mean, look at how maneuverable this thing is. I can fly it through little cracks, and I wonder if we can fit it through the parking garage here. Almost, but definitely with a little bit of practice, you could squeeze it in between the parking garage there. The Oppressor Mark II is an incredibly maneuverable vehicle, and that allows it to get away with some very dangerous dogfighting maneuvers. When you pair that with the fact that it also features flares, sure, not the best, but it still does have flares, means that it's going to get away with really whatever it wants to. I mean, look at that. We just squeezed through that crack. No other flying vehicle in the game could squeeze through that crack. Or, honestly, that crack. I mean, sure, we couldn't get through that because the gap wasn't wide enough, but the fact that we're, like, chilling in here with the Oppressor is kind of insane. And I should also mention that, like, it's almost impossible to, like, get knocked off of the Oppressor, as you can see. Like, you can't get knocked off of it. Now, yes, if you do hit a building too hard and you go vertical, the game will knock you off, but for the most part, like, look at that. What the heck? You literally just can't get knocked off the Oppressor Mark II, and it won't blow up if you crash it into a building, which again is a big benefit compared to other flying vehicles. It features missiles, which means in a dogfight, it is very hard to take out, and by the way, you can spam these missiles. And the best part is if your Oppressor runs out of them, you just despawn it and call it back in. So, yeah, the Oppressor Mark II is easily one of the most efficient grinding vehicles in the game. It's fast, flying in at 130 miles per hour if you use the handbrake, and because it's so fast, because it's so efficient, because it has missiles, it is a just super easy aircraft to use in any situation you're stuck in. You can call it in when you're dealing with NPCs, you can call it in when you're dealing with an actual player shooting at you. It is just so easy. If you're grinding for the Cayo Perico heist, it's fast. So that's my personal advice, is to get your hands on the Oppressor Mark II. Yes, it's expensive, but there's a reason why. It is the best vehicle in the game if you want to grind. Now, if you don't want to fork over $8 million to get your hands on this flying bike, you are in luck, because we also do have a honorable mention for today's video, which is the Sparrow. As you can see, you can call in the Sparrow instantly wherever you are. And while the Sparrow may not be as maneuverable as the Oppressor, it does have some advantages. It's faster, flying at 169 miles per hour versus 130. The Sparrow also features missiles, and just like the Oppressor, you can spam these missiles, as we can see, making the Sparrow incredibly dangerous. It features flares, and unlike the Oppressor, these are spammable flares, meaning that you can just keep launching these over and over. Plus, this only costs 1.7 million, where the Oppressor Mark II costs 8 million. So, definitely advantages for both of these aircraft. I personally actually like the Sparrow better, but I can definitely say for grinding and ease of access, I still do think the Oppressor is overall a much better vehicle. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. As always, if you enjoy this type of content and you'd like to see more like it, tips and tricks on how to do heists, missions faster, or just general news for the game, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.